Yo, what's up? Happy afternoon, man. We haven't seen each other since, I don't know, earlier this morning or this afternoon, depending on where and when you consume and you know, where you get your crypto content. But hey, for me, it's 4 in the afternoon here on the East Coast. So good afternoon. Hopefully you had a wonderful day. I actually just sent out a tweet. That's what I was late for. Shout out to the Ondo team and crew, their social media stuff. But I just got the Wall Street 2.0 summit email right as I was about to go live. And I had to be one of the first to say, hey, who just got their email? Tagged Ondo. And they just liked it. So let's go. Hopefully we'll see you guys in New York City. My plan is to get out there. I obviously have not been contacted to be the MC, the official MC of the summit, but that's okay. I'm still going to go. I'm still going to attend. I'm going to put on my suit and I'm going to put on no tie, just my suit and my button-up shirt. I might leave I'm the kind that'll just leave a button unbuttoned, maybe two. You got to let those let that chest hair breathe a little bit. You got to show them what's up. They throw a chain underneath there or whatever. All right, let's get that impossible spam call to I should probably just put the whatever. Anyway, so Ed, that's a long-winded way of saying a good afternoon, guys. Go ahead, smash the like button, hit the heart. If you are watching on X, it's a heart. If you're watching on YouTube, it's a like. Is it a thumb? Oh, goodness gracious, man. I feel like I should know this by now, but we're gonna have to look. And I assume most of you guys are on the phone. I could be wrong. You could be on a computer. But if we were to go to the show here we go by the dip. That's the right one. Turn the volume down so we don't hear a wop, wop, wop. If you wanted to like it, you X out. It is a thumb. It is a thumb. So thumbs up. Did you know, by the way, my iPhone users, this is a little trick for you. Did you know that if you are on a FaceTime call, I assume it's with a newer device now. If you are on a FaceTime call and you do a thumb up, it'll be like a little bubble that pops up with a thumb. You could do a thumb down, same kind of thing. If you give it a peace sign, I think. Yeah, if you give it a peace sign, it's like balloons go everywhere. Pretty cool. It was surprising. It just so happened that was in a conversation doing some hand gestures, and we learned that, you know, it responds as like some of them are emoji and some of them are like celebratory. It was really interesting. So shout out to my chat. I see, L, you are hung over. Whoo-hoo. Well, you should, as everyone knows, the easiest way to cure the hangover is just get a little hair of the dog. Just take a shot, drink a beer, have a glass of wine, whatever you do, whatever your favorite is, and that'll get you straight right away. It tends to maybe put you back on the intoxicated level a little bit faster. But if it's if it's what you got to do, got to do. Just joking. Have fun. Do what you guys got to do. I love you. Shout out to my YouTube chat. You guys are amazing. Y'all are in it to win it, baby, and I appreciate that. So who got the gold medal today? It was Volmer, right? Yeah, there you go. Mike and I had a nice little chat this morning. It was fun. We chatted early this morning before the sun came up. And just so happens what we chatted about kind of came to fruition day of. So it was meant to be, brother. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody else we got there, though. We got Blocky, my guy, Funny Man. What's up, Funny Man? Grasscoin. We'll have to take a look at it. All right, he came locked and loaded. I will open up a Dex Tools tab, and I'll put in Grasscoin. Was it one word or two? He came in with 2 words, so we're going to go with 2 words. Grasscoin. All right. Well, that's not going to work for us, I don't believe. We're going to need a contract address, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Corey throwing up the eggplant. I'll tell you what, man, looking good in that picture that I commented the camel on. I forget what you had said. It was a Wednesday post, right? Yep. It was your happy Wednesday, fam. Looking good, guys. Make sure you give Corey a follow on X. That's my guy right there. Corey the X. I like that handle up, Gabe. It's good. All right. Anybody else I'm missing in the chat? Neil, my guy. Jake the Crypto Snack, my brother. It's all right that you're late. Don't you worry. Just smash the like. Everybody else, that's what you got. That's your job. I know a lot of you is as you come into the show and you're like, oh shit, what did I forget to do? Forgot to do something. You forgot to hit the like button. If you came in on X, man, you forgot to hit the heart. It's easy. Spin your phone, boop, spin it back, bada boom. All right. Let's see. What's this grass today? Fat crypto. Oh, are you talking? Was it blockchain boy? Is this something? I don't know anything about this grass coin. I'd have to take a look at it. It's not something that was on my radar. All right. Okay, so here's the deal, guys. We are going to be going through a couple headlines in a second here. I want to go through the market update really quick because I feel like made a nice little V recovery. Some coins really did. Ondo came back a little bit. XRP came back. Those are the two that I was looking at. We'll look at the charts in a little while, and we'll see, you know, the coins that we are tracking. I did tell my mom, in my opinion, because she's been asking me, she wants to get into some projects, and so she's been asking me, you know, when's the time to pull the trigger. And I, a couple weeks ago, you know, when we were talking about Ondo, and I said, you know, honestly, mom, like, you know, if you really want, if you're really waiting to get in, I would wait and see if this thing gets close to $1, right? And this was it was still up in the high dollars. It was probably maybe $1.70, 60, somewhere like that. And I said, was like, you know, we're probably going to see the market go down. And so I think if you wait for Ondo to get around $1, that's going to be a great entry. And if it ends up going down a little bit under $1, it's, you know, it's not going to go much. You definitely wouldn't understand that. We don't have, you know, a whole lot of time that we're playing with for the market to keep going down, especially. And I know there's the big unlock on the 18th, but it's not in my heart of hearts. It's going to be a nothing burger. And anyway, and so, you know, I texted her when it was at $2.19 or $1.19, and I said, you know, Ondo's down there. Like that's a pretty damn good price. So I when we get a little bit later in the show, and this is kind of what, you know, I'm doing some of my research too, is like, you know, if I've got some dry powder, it's time to deploy, but do we think, and we can check indicators, right? And we can see, are things on their way down still, or are things cooled off? Are we, you know, I know that we've seen a big wick, you know, I know that we've seen that big, you know, direction change, but at the end of the day, like, you know, that's just right now. We could continue to slide for the next, I don't know, 12 days, right? Until, or I guess, when is the inauguration is the 15th, not the 20th. I keep thinking it's the 20th for some reason, but it's the 15th. So we've got a week from next week. No, it is the 20th. Okay, so no, I was right. All right, so it's not next Monday; it's the Monday following, is what we've got. All right. Here we go. Got the girlfriend into Ondo, Pith, and XRP. I mean, as number 1, 2, and 3 go in my portfolio, those are it, man. Those are just going to be slam dunks, and you know that. There's just too much, too much good news, too much, just absolute growth, and just the fundamentals are there, man. The fundamentals are there. If they don't perform, you know, that means I think that we've got a broader market problem, and that's, you know, that's where I'll put, you know, I'll rest my hat on that, is that we had a broader market problem if those 3 coins struggle to lift off. All right, let's get into it. Let's get over to CoinMarketCap and look at some coinage. GM, guys, by the way. I don't know if I said it or not. All right, we want to go here. Now, why is this? I got to make the screen a little bigger here. There we go. All right. CoinMarketCap, as it says, we'll just give a quick refresh just to make sure. But down down about, you know, almost 3% today. And we felt it. And again, there's been a good recovery in some coins, and we'll take a look at some of those when we get later in the show. We're gonna look at a couple of news articles, and then we'll look at some charts, and we'll be able to really tell, you know, some of the coins that did make that V recovery. Again, there were several, and I know that you know, there will be some that are a little bit slower to move up, and so those are going to be some opportunities. And so we can see right now Bitcoin coming in at 93. What was the low for it today? Where do we come down to? 92.9. I'm glad we came up, but as you can see, like, That's still moving down. That's not, we didn't come back up. We didn't break out, if you will. We continue to slide. And so we'll see what happens. Nothing for certain yet. As you can see, that's a nice little BART pattern right there. Very nice BART pattern on Bitcoin. Whew. Neil says, do we all agree Quant will 10x from $104? Let's just go over to here. QNT. Let's go Quant, and I guess we can go. We'll just go on the Binance chart. We got it on the daily. Let's go ahead and move it up to the weekly so we can get a more condensed look. All right, now back to Neil's question. Neil said, do we all agree Quant will 10x from $104? So where it's at right now, to get back to the all-time high, is a 3x. 3x to get to all-time high would bring it back to about $420, wherever it is. I'm probably off just a little bit there. So a 3x to get you back up to about, four and a quarter. A 10x on Quant. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Let's go back to Coin Market Cap here. Let's get the QNT Quant, rank number 79. It's gonna be tough to see this coin already. Well, it's at 1.2 billion. Most of the supply is out, so it doesn't have any of that negativity where you're gonna see. Oh man, I don't know about a 10x, but I do. There is something to be said where some of these coins now, it's kind of like a hit or miss, right? And so, damn, I never switched it back over when we looked at Coin Market Cap. Here we go. So it's kind of a hit or miss, right? Like you find some of those coins that are in that low $1 billion range, and like the $3 billion range to me is kind of like one of those sweet spots where you naturally are going to see a lot of the coins in that level at that range before things go parabolic that end up hitting that $30 billion mark, right? And so they do 10x from here. So it is possible. It is absolutely possible. And again, looking back at the chart, knowing that we can compare. We did this with we did it with VChain, and we did it with one other coin where we were looking at where they came in relation to getting back just to their all-time high. And there was actually an article when I was looking through the internet looking for articles for today. I'd seen one about VChain, and an analyst was saying that it's looking to surge 300 and some percent or whatever, taking it to 25 cents. And like, that's the shit that I was literally just kind of looking at and thinking about the same thing was, with the VChain, for it to get up to its all-time high, I think from where we measured it was like 270% or whatever it was. And so, it's a little bit different now. Obviously they're making the 300%, whatever. But it's like, all right, what are some of these coins that, haven't even come close to the all-time high? Because we know that several have, or they've gone past it. I mean, let's look at, when we look at, we're on Coin Market Cap here. Yeah, like when we look at Solana, like, I think that we are, to see like, we're like we hit, if not a new all-time high, we hit something so damn close, right? What else? So that's Solana. Let's look at BNB. I know BNB blew past like an old all-time high, didn't it? Yeah. Like this was the old all-time high, and now it went up to there. So, that passed it. Let's look at, I don't want to look at those. Let's look at Cardano. I know Cardano's all-time high is like $3. It got up to like $1 something, right? Like didn't even come close there. What is that? So, 285 there. There's probably a way to get a little bit more accurate where the all-time high is showing here, 310, right? So you see what I'm saying? It's like there's a lot of coins that have already gone way past or close to all-time high. Avalanche, nowhere near it. That had a better summer than it did in this run right now. You know, what are some other ones that these? And it's either an indicator that it's like toast and it's not gonna do much, or it's gonna freaking rip. Chainlink. Let's look at where Chainlink's, kind of. And again, we don't want to judge it where it's at today. We want to judge it at where we're in the last little bull, spark that we had. Making it up here where 50 $50 or whatever was the all-time high, and it got up to 29. So that means at $20 you got a couple X's. I mean, and nothing crazy with Chainlink, but that's already a $12 billion market cap. Some of those other projects, though, I'll tell you what, let's look at ICP. ICP has been around for a little bit, right? Oof. I think that people oh man, I have never seen the all-time chart on ICP. This is like a fucking rug. Are you kidding me? How is this ranked number 29? That is the chart of a fucking rugged project. Ah. This is either a horror story or this is a sign that we need to load the fuck up on ICP. We got to do more research on this. We have to. Does anybody know? Let me in the comments section. I mean, I have to do some research, and I will, depending on your name. I know if you're an ally, and I know that I could trust what you're saying. But what would be some benefits? I know that it's kind of like having exposure to some other. Hey, that rug project brought me my Bronco, so I'm not complaining. ICP say is the fastest transaction of all. Vaporware. Scam Bankman-Fried pumped the token price before the token release. So it's got bad history. If it's got attachment to if it's got attachment to SAM. But this is either the play of the century, or it's not. Because I tell you what, I've seen some meme coin charts that look exactly like this. All right, I'm gonna leave them alone at this point. I'm out until I know more. And if you guys got some information, drop it in the chat. If you got more, I love this. ICP has something to do with Bitcoin and DeFi and Bitcoin or something. It's basically, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like that. That's why, to me, originally, like it was on my list of things that I wanted to potentially add into my portfolio for long term, and that was something that was attractive. That it was your exposure to Bitcoin DeFi without being exposed to Bitcoin DeFi, without like having to like risk your sats and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like, so it was attractive mentally, thinking like, okay, well, yeah, Bitcoin DeFi kind of fizzled out. I don't really know if it's ever going to come back. Some people say that it will. I don't know. It doesn't really it's not the narrative anymore, and it's tough to come back like when your narrative dies. And I feel like it's like totally dead at this point. So, all right, there's a story. All right, I'll ask for a story. All right, I'll figure it out. All right. I love that. You guys are funny. All right, we'll move on from ICP. It was just, it's something that it's been a coin that a lot of people talk about. It was something that I was definitely interested in. And at this point, I've never looked at the all-time chart on it. I must not have, because that would have been out immediately after knowing that and looking at that. But we'll see. Render's one of those ones you got to get in. Look at this. Look, see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this one's made a new all-time high. We had one earlier in the year. last year. I'm sorry, we're in a new year now. It's 2025. Still crazy to think 2025, man. Still don't have flying cars though. They drive themselves, but they don't fly yet. I bet it'll be sometime in our lifetime, hopefully. All right, so Render, I think that one has got a great chance. Render's got a great chance. That's if someone asked me, is this thing gonna 5 or more X? I would think that Render unequivocally is going to, especially with the the relationship with Apple. That's on my list for sure. That is a long-term hold for sure. VChain, see, this is what I'm saying. We were talking about this, looking for that 300% gain to get back. This one's down here. This was the biggest pump that it had in years. 28 cents, I believe, is the all-time high. It hit that and then just went zoop down. I remember because I was a holder, and see, like I was like, at this point, like it started going up, and I was like, oh, when it gets to 25 cents, I'm tapping out, and then it just shot up so fast, and I was just like, holy shit, it made it here so fast. I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna let this one run. It's gonna fly. And it flew all the way back down and hung out at 2 cents for quite some time. However, VFam in the house. If you're VFam, smash the like. Also say something in the chat. But shout out to my VFam. I still got all my fucking VChain NFTs, and I got my coins. I got all the things. I'm VFam for life. So just remember that. I probably got one of the earliest NFTs that was ever on VChain. I got to check this to be sure. But the Metaversials, I got the first one in the collection. I'm pretty sure that was the first NFT that was ever out on VChain. So correct me if I'm wrong, and we can have a little VChain NFT party. So yeah, I said that right. It kind of just threw me off a little bit. All right. We love looking at winners and losers, right? And I might skip the articles today. We'll breeze through them because I want to just keep looking at numbers because we got to try to find ways to make the cash. I did cut my XDC loose a little while ago, so hope you guys, if you're still in it, somebody that was in it in the community brought it to my attention. We looked at it on one of the shows. I got in, and it just really did nothing. It kind of went down and then went back up, down, back up, and then now it's got a little bit more narrative because of the XRP thing, but it is what it is. So we're looking at losers for the day because we want to find the opportunities to catch up and make some money. So a lot of people like Injective. I'm not in it. I'm not in Rune. I'm not in Movement. I'm not in Celestia. I'm not in WorldCoin. I'm not against it. At this point, I was out of Pengu, but I don't mind getting back into it at this dip. Bread I like. That is a nice little pickup, especially at just under 12 cents. We could maybe even chart that one in a little bit because I would probably want to pick that up a little bit cheaper. Dog Whiff, love that thing is down double digits on the week too. So that is this thing's been getting pounded because this was like 3 something, 4 something over here in April or at the end of March. The beginning of April. Yeah, it was like around 422, 458. There you go. See, here's another one that's been kind of a little bit closer to the all-time high. Will definitely be a ripper. This is one you talk about, could it 5X? And we're talking about something that was in the low billions. Dog Whiff Hat's going to more than 10X for sure. All right. This is one to Dog Whiff Hat that's your exposure to memes, but also because that it's going to rip when retail comes in. We were looking at the losers. Ondo, big loser today. There might be a day to stack some more. I may, at $1.26, I might take my own advice that I gave to my mother, and I might get some more. Now I'm in like way below $1, so like it kind of doesn't make sense to DCA, but it does. It's nice to have more coins because then you can't ever say like, I wish I had more. Well, you got them. They're just a little bit more expensive, so you're not buying as much, but you got them. You got the coins. You got a little more change in your pocket, a little more coinage. Cardano, to all my Cardano friends, down 8.5% today. Get yourself a little discount down to 92 cents. Where's this thing been hanging out? Like a buck something, huh? Let's do the monthly. Yeah, this is a good way to look at it. All right, so we've been kind of ranging. We've been hanging out around a buck. So this is a good time to be paying attention. You may see it come back down, and we'll actually look at Cardano on the charts. I'm gonna pull Cardano up on. I'm gonna bring it up on TradingView. So when we get to it, I'm gonna give it a fair shake, and I'm gonna put it up on. I am going to put it up on Femex because if I like what I see, then I will be using that to do business. I gotta take care of that avalanche issue. My goodness. All right. What were we doing here? Cardano. There we go. We're gonna look at that on TradingView. Hanging out around a buck. Want to see what's the momentum looking like? Are we gonna come back down here? And we'll look at the support level. So around 83 cents ish, 84, 85, somewhere in there. We'll see what it looks like on the big chart. And then from there, we'll make some decisions of what we want to do. Maybe we want to set some alerts, right? That's what we're doing now. We're looking at our charts. We're putting our lines down where we think it's going to go to. And then we set ourselves alerts so that we can get a little notification. So you don't have to be staring at the charts the whole day. Trade smart, not hard. I just thought about that, because people like to say that about working. And it also works well for trading. Trade smart, not hard. Like, you don't have to sit in front of the screen and watch it. You can say like, all right, well, it's going to go here. And so we put in an alert here, or you can even put it in an order. I would advertise or advise against doing a straight, like, I'm going to put in an order all the way down there. I know that takes care of business when you get there. But if there is further plunge that happens, and I will caution you this because I have had this happen where I've put in an order and the dip comes, and it comes so hard, and what it does is it comes down, fills the order, and liquidates before you even know what's happened, right? It's happened a few times throughout my trading career. And so that it is what it is. One time it happened recently, and it wasn't for much. Actually, it was for a little, whatever. But so this was something, and you always got to remember what you're doing, right? You got to pay attention. As someone who gets distracted a little bit, I was doing some moon math. So I was putting it in order of like, all right, if I were to get an order here at this size, and then it went from here, what would that be? Because then that thinks like, irrationally, that's how you get off of your plan. So we want to squash this right away. But anyway, so I had put in this order to do this big moon math thing, forgot all about it. It dipped down, kept dipping. This was, when we saw, I think, the dip down to 92 previously. Caught the order and then continued down, liquidated it, and then I got an email saying, what? Like, I didn't even have an order in. What happened? And come to find out, here we go. This shit happens, as they say. Guys, go ahead and smash the like. It is 4:30. You've been here half an hour, and I appreciate you greatly. So thank you so much. Go ahead and smash the like button. Do the things that you got to do so that we can bring some more friends in here. This is the afternoon show. I'm JChains, and this is whatever. We just want to have fun and talk crypto. Hopefully we can start making some money here. I know that the markets are going to change. Now you could be short in the markets. You could be doing that, and you could be, playing that. I see screenshots of people. Shout out to Dal in the crowd. One of the members also saw that she had posted a 20% trade. Congratulations. Love to see that. I love in our I was going to say Discord. We need to do all that kind of stuff, and that's all going to happen. That's all got to happen. But we were in the Twitter group that we've got, the DM group, and all the time people are sharing. We're doing screen shares of the wins that everybody's doing. And I love it, right? And there's for transparency. People are showing some of their losses too, and it's great. And it's a great place for us to be and hang out. And I know, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of our mods have gotten together if I'm not mistaken. I know this is factual. They've gotten together, and in the Discord, they're actually doing like some I don't know, answer Q&A things and going through some things with some of the people. And so that is something. And I was talking to him earlier. I was like, I want to be a part of that. Like I know that, you know, I need to connect with everybody a little bit more. And I think that would be absolutely fantastic. I would love to do that. Love to get into some of those more like private sessions with people, because there'll be less people and we can just sit there and go through things and answer questions. I love that idea. And I love that you guys are doing it. And yeah, let me be a part of it, please. That sounds awesome. So get ready if that's something that you're in, because I'm going to be there soon. All right, let's breeze through these articles. Switch this to this right here. Ripple partnering with Chainlink to improve the RLUSD stablecoin pricing. Guys, this is massive for DeFi. Ripple has integrated Chainlink's blockchain tech to provide reliable pricing data for its RLUSD stablecoin. This is going to be awesome. DeFi refers to blockchain-based financial services. You guys know, automated programs that execute transactions based on predefined rules are going to be these smart contracts. And you know, once we get, you know, through I think this administration change, and we get through what I like to say the first 100 days of that administration, we are going to be rocking and rolling here in the United States with all sorts of, whether it's just blockchain offerings, you know, DeFi seems to kind of be one of the narratives. AI, absolutely massive. So we'll see, but we love to see partnerships like this. As you guys know, I am more invested into Pyth, though, right? And when it comes to Pyth and Chainlink being competitors, I have chosen Pyth. Pyth will obviously see a massive run up because of just the connection, the competition that they provide. You know, similar services. I believe Pyth to be a much higher and more advanced protocol and standard. Anyway, the Oracle network is decentralized and private. And you know, anyway, we can talk about the two projects at some other point. But the whole idea of them partnering with Ripple to provide this, absolutely massive for DeFi. I'm thinking about you guys were right on the nose yesterday. It was earlier today saying make a video about this. So I will be working on that. And I think this is fantastic. You know, this is something that we are going to see a lot more massive partnerships coming through, especially, you know, here in the States. I know there was something that I think Ben had said this yesterday on his show, where it was either yesterday or today. I had about XRP, where, you know, in the last 6 weeks of 2024, Ripple had inked more partnerships here in the United States than it did in the previous 6 months. And so I know that's a staggering number. And to think of the tsunami of what's coming as far as, you know, and I don't mean, you know, with XRP because of, you know, the XRP army shout out and our bags. I just mean blockchain as a whole, if you guys know what I mean. So anyway, Ondo looking like a thick booty. I can't wait to get into the charts. Come on, let's get through these articles really quick so we can get back into charts. We have to. There was a video that I had put out the other day, and you know, this is something that we talk about in the morning show about mass adoption and how it's coming in three protocols, right? Or not protocols, three legs, right? It's institutional, it's governmental, and then retail. And so we talked about institutional is done, lock it up. It's already here. Like, that's not even a thing. Governmental is happening before our own eyes. And here's this article that came out earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, 17 hours ago. So yesterday, nation state Bitcoin adoption to drive crypto growth in 2025. This is from Fidelity Digital Assets. And I think that the most important thing, and what I think we want to look at here, is who's got it? Who's got crypto, right? We know that the United States got 198,000 Bitcoin. This is just Bitcoin. This isn't anything else. And I can't imagine that nation states are holding anything else. Or could you imagine if nation states started buying shitcoins? Our banks would go crazy. Anyway, United States, 198,109 Bitcoin. We got China on our tail. 8,109 below us at 190,000 even. We got a 20.1 billion. They got 19.2 billion. We are obviously number one, number two. And then you got the UK, 61,245 Bitcoin coming in at 6.2 billion. Then Ukraine, why do they have so much Bitcoin? 46,351 worth 4.7 billion. You got Bhutan. That was in that video that I was talking about, the Kingdom of Bhutan. They were mining Bitcoin. They were, it's like over a Bitcoin a day, something like they're some staggering number. They got 11,688 Bitcoin worth 1.2 billion. And number 6, that's the top 6. So El Salvador probably paid to get in there, because I assume that there's more than 6 nation states. 6 is a weird number for something like this. You'd usually do like the top 5, but we gotta go, whoa, we gotta add El Salvador, man. Bukele, brother, we gotta add him, man. So 5, I don't know why I went to that voice, but 5,961 for El Salvador, $604 million. So what was once, like, I believe, a very poor nation, for them to have that kind of money, I believe is pretty good, like over $500 million. So good on them. Here we go. We got a quote from Hogan. Who is Hogan? Hogan is, here we go, Matt Hogan. That's our guy. Do we know what his job is? He is a Fidelity Digital Assets Research Analyst. Here we go. Here's his quote. With the initial success of these products, it would not be unreasonable to expect 2025 to bring about more structured, passive, and actively managed digital asset products toward the TradFi, the world of TradFi. Here we go. He also predicted that the tokenization would be the killer app of 2025, with on-chain value doubling from 14 billion to 30 billion by the end of the year. I had heard some larger numbers than the 30 billion by the end of 2025. Obviously we're talking conservatively, right? Like 30 trillion by 2030. 16 to 30 trillion is the number, right? And that's just a few years away. We're in 2025 now, so that's 5 years away. That being said, 30 billion, I believe we've got to see some higher numbers than that by the end of this year, which, I mean, we're talking, I thought somebody said 500 billion by the end of this year. Now that may take into consideration other factors. I don't know. Maybe there was something else attached to that number, but I'm almost positive that like 500 billion was the number that I was reading that we should possibly expect by the end of this year. So we'll do some more research on that and bring that to you. All right, last but not least, this is something that piqued my interest. I want to learn more about crypto AI agents, man. So I'm trying to read everything I can about it right now. And so we're learning. And the next big thing right here, experts are going to weigh in. Let's see what they say. I did not get the chance to read this article. I just grabbed this one because I was running late, but crypto AI agents are autonomous protocols are experiencing significant investor interest with predictions of continued growth. Unlike previous crypto trends, AI agents have the potential to revolutionize various aspects of blockchain and DeFi. And while promising, the AI agent hype cycle may lead to scams and a potential market correction. I mean, everything leads to scams and market correction. So that is obviously just the line of warning, right? That's the caution. Do your own research. This is not financial advice. AI-based projects are drawing massive global attention. We know that. That is the hype right now. Why crypto AI agents are generating some buzz. Why is that? They are riding the wave. Are autonomous protocols that handle tasks for users, such as interacting with blockchains, managing portfolios, and trading on DeFi platforms. We were talking about that this morning, and I believe there may be a solution to something that hopefully would have a CertiK authentication, because I believe, did I say that right? A CertiK certification. I might have said authentication, and I don't know what that means. Certification, a CertiK certification. And while we understand that that's not as highly regarded as it once was, it still is something that passed the test. That I don't believe you're not seeing CertiK audit projects rug pulling. I could be absolutely wrong. If I'm wrong, drop it in the chat, please. Please do that. Which, by the way, thank you guys for being here. Smash that like button. Smash it. That's it. We're done talking articles. Let's look at charts. 200x, you get liquidated as soon as you put the trade in. Absolutely. You know, that happened to me one time, and I think it was a scam wick, and I'm not really sure if it's because that's what the exchange wanted to do or it's just what happened. Although I know everybody experienced it, everybody saw it. So I'm just kidding. But like, it was a scam wick on XRP a few months ago. I was putting in a trade, and no shit, like not even shitting you. And I could go back and pull the thing from the time the trade executed to liquidation was 20 seconds. It was wild. I put the trade in, and then all of a sudden, I was like, what the fuck just happened? It was wild. Trader's life, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get onto the charts. That's what we want. All right, here we go. We're going to look at the ADA chart. So this is the weekly. Let's see if we could look at spot any trends on the weekly before we move down. Definitely, I wish Corey, like this is a snake. The ADA chart on the weekly is a snake, and so I'm gonna have to tweet that out. So we need to do a screenshot of this chart. And we need to say, let's go here, post. That might have screwed something up. If that screwed up the screen, nah, y'all are good. Hell yeah. There we go. That's it right here, right? The ADA chart looks like a snake. Or is that a snack? We'll see what we can tap in there. All right. That just got tweeted. Make sure you guys, if you were on Twitter, go take a look at that. But to me, maybe to you, that definitely looks like a snake. And I think Corey would do a bang-up job on some TA on the snake chart. And there it is. He's got the emoji in the chat. Love to see it. All right, where are we at here? Here we go. This is what I want. All right. So, seen some more volatility as of late since it's pumped, right? We are looking at the momentum going down. You had recently seen a red dot here. It's kind of pumped, but it's really retraced some of that back. Money flow may be coming back up into the green. But you've got these momentum waves that appear that they are going to continue to go down. So, that being said, Cardano for me. Let's go. So we've got that level right there, which is about 72 cents, or maybe it was 72.9. And then we could play, this has got some bottom and some top there. So there's the two lines. So for me, for Cardano, I will wait for it to get into this zone. And this is 72.93. So about 73 cents. If it breaks through this, then I will wait for it to see what happens in this little zone. And this is just looking at it and seeing, all right, we've had some support and some resistance. At what point? Actually, it was never resistance. It was always a really kind of a support level. Here a little bit, it kind of bounced, and then we plunged over it through here. But so that's what I would say is if you're looking to get some Cardano, unless you're like a diehard and you DCA every day or every week or whatever, like you just keep doing your strategy. But if like you were thinking about, maybe getting some Cardano, my advice would be set yourself an alert. Look, it's this easy, right? You drew this line right here, and then you go up to the little stopwatch, add alert. Boom, once per bar. Create. Done. Now, when Cardano hits this line, you can start paying attention. You know why? Because if it decides that it wants to go up, you could go long, right? If it's going to go back up. And obviously you'll have to find the new structure and all that stuff and yada, yada, yada. But you'll know that if it hits that line and then bounces up, because you can see here that we had a little resistance here. The resistance usually turns to support. You saw it come very close here, and we know we've got wicks and all that shit. So whatever, it's probably going to come back down to that level. So just that's where you want to set the alert, and then you'll know if it plunges through there. Then we start watching it to come down possibly to this level or range in here until it decides which way that it's going to go, and eventually it's going to go up. So that is my Cardano advice if you wanted it, and if you don't want it, I'm so sorry. Looking at the chat here. What's up, guys? It's a snack because snakes aren't real. Jake the crypto snack. He said that. There we go. Shout out to my chat. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. All right. Let's see. What do we got? What's the next thing that I wanted to chart here? H bar. This was, we had said recently, like, here's our zone with this, right? Like, here's obviously where we've had a resistance, and this should be hopefully some support. We could probably actually move that up right there. So we're getting close. We bounced off of it with this wick, but we're getting close to kind of where it looks like our range is for H bar. So if you're looking to add, this is where you want to set that alarm down here and say, all right, when we cross this one, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue to go down? And then at that point, you could, if shorting is your thing, you'd have some confirmation that you beat the support level. But if it goes back up, then you're like, all right, maybe it's going to just do like another one of these candles where it's going to go all the way up here, and you get it from 26 all the way to 32. What is that? What kind of move is that, by the way? So you always got to be looking at that. I'd say that little thing's in the way, but I believe it says 22%. 22%. 22% at 10x is 220%. That's some X's, baby. And that's pretty good money on a leverage trade. So I'm just saying. Set some alarms, man. React to the work that you've done. Don't guess and get wrecked. That's how it happens. Ondo, here we go. We are touching down at some low levels. Back up again. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, to 127. Here, let's get this one off the week. We want to look at this one a little bit more granularly. We were looking at this the other day, obviously with that downtrend that was happening, and then boom, shit the bed. But what I like here, as you guys know, this is one of my favorite indicators, is a long wick green candle typically signals like direction change, right? And so and this is the 4 hour, so not bad. We got 2 hours and 10 minutes left on this particular candle that it's on. So we're about halfway through it, and it's still green by a pretty good amount. We could measure it, and make it bigger and measure it. Oop, that's not what I want. This is what I want. So it would have to go red, it would have to drop. I mean, if it drops like 1%, right, then it's going to go red. Hopefully that doesn't happen in the next 2 hours, but very freaking likely. The way that things have been moving, I mean, you look at this 4 hour chart, look at those candles, they are definitely longer than that particular 2 hour. So, all right. My advice on Ondo, honestly, is if you don't have anything that you can get at this point below $1.50 is a good deal, right? So buy what you can if you don't have any, or if you're not able to watch the market, or if you don't, if you don't want to lose the potential to catch the actual bottom, which you might have actually missed. It might have been this candle right here for this local bottom at 118. I hope for, obviously you got the summit in a month. Hopefully, we'll see you guys there in New York City in February. Let's get it. But this is something that we got the unlock coming in 10 days. But again, it's a lot more hype driven. There's a lot of fear around it, a lot of FUD, because people think that, 134% is getting dropped on the market. That's not the way that it's been. Like, it's not laid out that way. From what I've read and understand, and it is a linear unlock. It is like percentage based. And from that, it's not a huge percent that's going to be hitting the market. Now, you're going to probably see some people panic sell anyway. It's an opportunity, just like right now. Just like I was saying, I might add to the bat at $1.27. I might add to it just because I know pretty soon, when people are buying it at $10, $15, like that's going to be like, ha ha ha. Like, remember, we're all going to joke. All of us are going to sit here and make jokes and be like, guys, do you remember when we were like freaking out over Ondo going from 214 down to like 220, like, or $1.20? Like, wow, dude, that was like, man, like that was so crazy. That's like what we're going to say in like 6 months. It's going to be wild. Wait, we're going to New York? Damn, Doug's out of the loop. Well, we got the Ondo Summit, man. Ondo Summit, Wall Street 2.0. That's New York City on February 6th. It's a one-day thing, man. That's a long flight for a one-day thing, but you never know. We could always, what day is February 6th, by the way? Oh, it's a Thursday. That means the following day is a Friday, which means pizza day. So maybe this is a multi-day trip. Maybe this is a get there Wednesday. I don't know about everybody else. I'm not like I'm not the type, like, if Thursday's the summit, I'm not flying in Thursday morning. I'm flying in Wednesday, probably late morning, early afternoon, so that I can get settled and get all the things that I need to get done before the next day. Like, I'm not the type, like, you see people like run into their cruise. Like, if the cruise is departing on Saturday, I'm flying into town or getting into town on Friday. Guaranteed. I am not risking it because you don't know if your flight's going to make it. You just don't know, right? So I'm just I always go an extra day. I will always go the day before just to be safe. I've traveled enough to know. Yeah, IYK. LN equals last night. What happened last night? Anyway. Oh, woke up today and the Bitcoin did exactly what XRP did last night. I got you. Yep. Things are coming back though. We're like, well, we got the charts pulled up. Let's go. There it is. So if we go, that's the 4 hour, but if we had this thing on the 30-minute, you can see that's a nice little V recovery, right? There we go. See? Zoom. That's a V. That's called a V-shaped recovery. I don't know if it's actually called that, but that's what it's called. I don't know if it's like a real thing. All right, Pith. Let's see what Pith is up to. The momentum is actually looking upward for Pith. Oh, that's not what I want. If you guys, well, yeah, let's zoom this up. You can see right here. God. I got to get it off. That's what I need. There we go. So as you guys can see, we've got our waves. They are moving upward now. It may get a little hot up there at some point, and things may have to cool down. But at the end of the day, like, you have to be looking at all these indicators. Like, if you're trying to make some decisions on what you want to be, what you're adding to your bag or what you're trying to trade. Now, these are all perpetuals charts, and they're not going to be too much different than the spot charts, but just want to just forewarn you guys that that's what these are. And you can, this is actually a spot trading pair. Never mind. Maybe that some of them are and some of them are not. Solana. Whoa, I didn't notice this. Solana was under $200. When did that happen? This is the 30-minute, so it happened today, right? Let's look at the hourly. Let's look at the daily. I think the daily would be better. Why do we circle this? This is where I guess maybe this is where our support is. Why did we circle that? That's interesting. I guess that makes sense. Oh, maybe we're teaching like there's a lot of lines of like, oh, this is where we set all the lines. Yeah, that's right. So you'd be looking for it to come back up here and this. So if we set an alert on this line, so this is Solana. So there you go. Okay. So, all right, I got a lot of alerts. Anyway, so if you would have, is this showing you? Yeah. This is absolutely perfect. This is literally what we were just talking about, and with like setting all the alerts and all stuff. So right here, right now, like I got an alert saying that Solana had broken or touched this trend line, right? So now we get the opportunity to watch it. Is it going to continue to break down, or is it going to go up? So we could get into a trade now and think like, all right, so we don't need these anymore. But anyway, so in theory, I mean, look at all the support that we have right here too. So in theory, and let's make this a different color so it doesn't look the same. So in theory, right there should be what we're going to test, right? If we bounce off of this, we are going to at least come up to here because that's been our first line of defense. And so that could be your long. What is that going to be worth? You know, that's what we got to look at. It could be worth a little. It could be worth a lot. All right. So if you were to pick this up, if you say, you know what, we're going to go and we're going to hit this and we are going to hit this line. The line is right here. That's 11% at 10%. That's 110%. At 10x, excuse me. That's 100% trade. It's pretty good. That's worth noting. That you could probably get yourself a nice Solana trade just going back up to touch the resistance level. It'd be 100% trade. I might do that. I might take that up. Whiff, as you got, we were talking about this, man. Whiff's been getting hammered. My gosh. Let's see here. This, I don't know what that means, but it looks like, honestly, this thing has continued coming down. It's not perfect, but it does the job. So, as you guys know, let's turn. I'm going to turn all that off just for now. So, right now, I honestly would not consider an investment in Whiff. I know that I was talking about that earlier. What is this right here? I'd say here's probably somewhere where we want to start looking. I'm going to set an alarm there. Once per bar. Create. All right. So now we know when the game is going to start getting spicy for Whiff. And we could move it up if we want. We can move it up here if you guys want. Let's see what kind of a and I'm not going to guess. I'm not going to check this thing to the upside. But if it were to bounce off of this and then just go back up, we'll say, actually, so we want to say, if it's just going to go back up to where it's at right here. So if you set an alert, boom, we catch it off here and it goes back up to here. That's 45%. At 10x is 450%, guys. 10x is not crazy. 10x is not crazy. What else we got? XRP. We gotta look at the XRP chart. I think it's been a while, a couple days since I've done this. I think I still got my flag and my downtrend drawn. I feel like it's worth keeping because we're back in it, actually. Right? Yeah. This is the daily. Let's pull this to the 48-minute. Yeah. So we are literally like right here back at our resistance point. So things do look like they're trending up. However, looks pretty up there. It doesn't usually stay up there, right? I can. Let's put it on weekly. As you can see, we're riding up here pretty good. Actually, we got the possibility to go a little higher. All right, let's run with it. So this is the weekly. There's a snake too. Holy shit. They're all snakes. Well, I don't know where this thing's gonna go, but I know that with the amount of amazing news and partnerships and business that they managed to get done and accomplished when no one was paying attention is outstanding. It's one of those I wish that I had more. Definitely had the opportunity to get more. I got a lot, but I wish I had more. A lot's not a lot. But at the end of the day, XRP is going to be a big one, man. I hope. Shout out to my XRP Army people. Let's go. Let's look at a few more, and then we are going to get out of here. VHS, as you guys know, this is one of my favorites in the meme space. They are Solana base. So let's go. Here's the bottom. We'll go through here. All right, I'm gonna need to change the bottom just a little. All right, and roughly. This is roughly. All right. As you can see, looks like we are respecting the trend here nicely with some periods of gainage and some periods of correction. Now, I will tell you really quickly, tomorrow during one of the shows, and I will tell you tomorrow morning when I put the day together, but tomorrow I'm going to be giving away $100 in the VHS token. So make sure that you guys are watching the show. And I don't know if it's going to be to the YouTube watchers. I don't know if it's going to be to the X watchers. We are going to find out tomorrow when I release the rules, but $100 in at least one of the shows tomorrow. Maybe both. We'll see. So stay tuned for that tweet. I will tweet something out tonight, and then the links for the shows. I might as well just do them tonight. I tell you don't like them sitting around for that long with no activity, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. Anyway, that's the news. So if you need it one time from me, big screen, $100 to one winner in both of the shows tomorrow. Be there, be square. You know what I'm going to do? One of the shows is going to be for YouTube, and one of the shows is going to be for X. There you go. Maybe. Nah, because then I'll screw my audience on one or the other. We'll figure it out. If you win, you have to buy and match the amount. I love it. That's very smart, Doug. It's like a buy one, get one free. Call it that. Tomorrow, the buy one, get one free sale up to $100. All right. Where were we? Here we go. Last one on TradingView. So again, respect the trend. Now I understand you're like, dude, why are you showing me this? This is a meme coin. I get it. It's definitely one that I love, and I think that if we look to where the ecosystem is going, meme coins are not going away. This is nostalgia all the way. How many people, if you were to think about, what did you do when you were in junior high or high school? You went to Blockbuster and you got your video game, you got your movies, you got whatever, right? You got your candy there. And then on the weekends, you watched your videos. We all did it if we were at a certain age, right? And so that's called nostalgia if you remember this stuff. And it hits your brains. We were looking this up. I was actually on the space with those guys last night, and we looked this up. I looked it up, and it's called brain soup, right? Nostalgia, what it does is that it hits you in so many different places, is that it's just so familiar that, it lights your brain up. And so it's a nostalgia play. And I love the team. I love the community. I love the memes that they're making. I think it's hilarious. And so I'm all for it. That being said, it is not for everybody. And so, buyer beware, or whatever the caution is, that, hey, it's a meme coin. You take your own risks on. But I tell you what, I know these guys. And again, if you look at this chart, this thing is not performed like, and what is this? This is the daily. Right, like a lot of them look at the ICP chart. A lot of you guys like salivate over that thing. That thing is a dinosaur tail. A dinosaur tail is dead. This thing's growing, man. And you know what? I got the wrong chart pulled up. I should have this thing pulled up on Dex Tools, because then I can remind you guys that you're still up 5x. If I'm not mistaken, let me just pull Here, let me share. I know you guys will be like, well, you didn't share your screen, so we don't know if it's true. So from this purple line here at 0003487 to where we're at, 465 at the moment, where the day started was 515. So at the end of the day, guys, it's going to go back up, and you are going to be back to being a 10xer, and we're all just going to have a good time in this bull run. So, all right. Is that it? Is there anything else? Oh, there we go. In a sea full of red, in all of my favorite meme coins, the only one that's green. The only one that's green is the CCC coin. It says it's up 2.82%. That doesn't look like it on the daily, but it's looking like it on the. There you go. All right, boom. Look at that little sell-off, and then katapow. This right here was the nice little pivot with the profit takers thinking like, oh, God, I got some relief. I'm not going to get screwed. So they sold, and then the smart money said, gotcha, bitch. Boom. So congratulations to the people that didn't fall for it. Now, while it is not massive, let's see, from wicks to sticks, that's 14%, man. That's free money right there. That's free money. And I'll tell you what, remember, when we zoom out on this CCC coin, on CoinShitCoin right here, you talk about respecting the trend, man. Let's look at this on the daily. Let's zoom this sucker out so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is what, I actually, and you guys know that I got some, and I am waiting for it to come back down to get some more, because as you know, this thing hits the trend line, then goes back up, hits the trend line, goes back up, hit the trend line, goes back way up. If this thing comes down and hits the trend line, do you know where the next pump is going? Let's just see where this last one was, and then we'll get out of here. I know we're taking you guys late. So it was 100%. So say this thing meanders down here around here and goes to there. Let's say we get 100% pump from the top. 200%. There you go. There's the next massive pump target for me for CCC coin at 60.36. Let's mark it. Now, as you guys know, in case it's not, we can't do it on this one. And that's got me in trouble before. Not in trouble, but it's made me miss some trades before, is that you can't on Dex tools because you don't connect it to like an account. Like my trading view is through my email and some other things. And so I think just my email, so that is connected there. And so I can get those alerts through email, but I don't connect Dex screener to anything, and so there's no way for them to contact me. So that is what it is. All right, that's it. Ciao for now, my amigos. I don't know why I always say my amigos. I'm not Latino, but I just like saying mi amigos. I also like saying ciao for now, which is like half Italian, half American. Maybe more American because of the for now. You got 6 letters versus 4. Anyway. All right, that's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful evening. Sleep well. Have a great dinner. I guess have a great dinner and then sleep well. And then 9 a.m., we'll see you at the breakfast table. Be there or be square.